So what I sometimes say, meditation is doing nothing, which is very difficult actually. Just to simply do nothing is almost the most difficult task in the world, because as soon as we maybe stop moving around, then our mind moves around. We have like all kinds of thoughts coming in and all kinds of stories that we make, or all kinds of feelings that we observe in the body. So what we try to do when we meditate is just simply not react to these and not make much of it. It's just like the image is like clouds passing by at the horizon, and we just kind of stay in the recognition, awareness that clouds are passing by and they come and go, but we ourselves are sitting still. And meditation then means more or less just to observe things happening without us adding anything to it. So we try to sit still. For example, like the classic posture, like the Buddha is sitting behind me in the Buddha image, is like a posture of somebody who sits upright and safe and strong in himself. So we sit in a way that we're not slumping over, leaning back to any side, and that we don't need to lean against anything. Then we try to relax and put our hands down. Like, important that we don't pull up our shoulders somehow, or like just like have any tensions in the body. We try to kind of sit straight and relax at the same time, and put our hands in our lap, just like in the Buddha image you see behind. So, and the idea of sitting straight is not like to force oneself, but like to be like uplifted. Like it's almost like you imagine you have a little string pulling you up at the head of at top of your head, or like you imagine you had a little flame on the top of your head, like the Buddha image behind us, like which is very straight and pointed. So to rise up and be at the same time relaxed, let the shoulders fall down, and then we just close our eyes and focus on the thing that is just left when we do nothing, is the breath. The breath just flows in and comes out natural. It just kind of goes in and out. And we just be passively sitting there observing what's happening at the tip of our nose. And there's nothing that we need to manipulate. We just simply let the breath do its job, and we're sitting there and watching it. At the same time, sometimes then a thought comes up, or we think this is uncomfortable or so. And we just go back to the idea, everything's all right already. We've set ourselves up in this triangular posture that's safe in itself. Just watch the breath and don't react to it. And let it flow naturally. And we don't try to comment on what we're doing. We try to not think, is it good or bad? Is it going to work or not? Just stay with the sensation of the breath. We usually use the tip of the nose. Sometimes we can also imagine the breath running into our nose like a little long trail, and then turning back, going out again. That's sometimes more alive for people, and feel more engaged with following the breath. And the breath naturally flows the way it goes. And then whenever any thoughts come up, we just go back to say, never mind, go back to the breath. It's an exercise of letting go of any reactions that could come up, like some loud noise or some thought about something that we've forgotten to do or so. Important is that we set our time set beforehand, say in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We've got all the time of the world to do nothing. Just sit there and follow the natural course of one's breath. And when we meditate like that, sometimes the energy that we feel through simply observing the breath becomes very uplifting. It becomes very vibrant. It's not just the breath happening, but there's something that is uplifting through being able to simply let go and be at peace with the natural flow of things. That makes us feel light and easy and happy. And if a change of our whole experience takes place, then we just rest with that change. feel good about it and just let it happen. What we don't do is ask ourselves, what's this? Am I getting somewhere close to enlightenment? Am I a good meditator now? That will destroy it and set us back to square one. We just have to trust in everything that arises just the way it arises, and there's nothing wrong or right about it. We just experience it. So to demonstrate meditation would be pretty boring for the camera. So I guess like all I can say is we usually sit down straight, close our eyes, put our hands down in a relaxed posture, and try to not fall over and fall asleep. And sometimes if we are in the monastery meditating early in the morning, people are asleep, the body is tired, and we open up our eyes. We can also do that. We just kind of open up the eyes, but we don't follow anything. If there's some gecko walking past or so, just notice, and we stay there and just think, oh, gecko, and come and go, hello, goodbye. You say goodbye, I say hello, you say hello, I say goodbye. I don't know why, just keep going. It just takes care of itself. And the feeling of being happy with whatever happens while we're having this focus on awareness, this is like what we call meditation.